And before the folks get through looking at the tape that they're watching right now, they're going to understand.
You're right,
all
Lance
of
Russell.
it.
I want to show all you rednecks up there something. You see this right here? This right here is almost a hole in this steel helmet because of that crazy Gibson. If I hadn't had this helmet on, my skull would have been crushed. Gibson, beware, because my bombers are not going to let you forget it.
Yeah, don't worry. He's not going to forget it either, and he'll be there Tuesday.
He is a wild, crazy man, Lance Russell. He needs to be locked up. Him and his brother both, they need to be put in a mental institution. Because when they do something like that to Danny Davis, the sergeant, they're messing with the wrong man. They ain't got any reason at all to come in the ring and do something like that with a tire iron. Now, that Ricky Gibson is nuts. He's a complete idiot. He don't need to be wrestling, and when he gets in Louisville, if he's got the guts to get in the ring, we're going to show him what's going to happen to him.
Oh, don't worry.
We're going to show you what we're going to do to a crazy man. We're going to put him in a French dinner jacket. You know what that is, Lance Russell? We're going to tie his arms up, and we're going to do a tap dance on his head and make him like it.
Well, I have a feeling that Tuesday night right there in Louisville Gardens, if you guys feel that way, that it's going to be a mutual feeling because the Gibsons have got a little doing to settle up with.
We got one more of the little Gibsons to get, the little pretty one. We hadn't got him yet, but time's coming for him. It could happen Tuesday night, Lance Russell. You ought to be there to see that one yourself. You seem to always be around when action happens.
Okay, the Blonde Bombers and Danny Davis going to be right there in Louisville on Tuesday, and their chore is going to be to stay alive after Rick and Robert Gibson get in that ring with them. And, of course, I think you will understand a whole lot better. Don't go away. Stay right where you are. The action is just beginning. Now, okay. Dave and I was just telling Dave about the videotape that we're about to take a look at. It took place in Tupelo, Mississippi, in the sports arena, and we have seen innumerable rugged action brawls down there in the sports arena. This particular one involved the Blonde Bombers, Wayne Ferris and Larry Latham, going against the Gibsons, Rick and Robert. And it is not one that I am proud of in terms of professional wrestling. Well, the action speaks for itself. We'll let you take a look at it right now. Rick taking a terrific beating. Ferris, Latham have already lost the bout in 14:33 on a disqualification. Robert Gibson is handcuffed, courtesy of Danny Davis, to that rope. And they are just beating the fire out of Rick. Robert can't do a thing about it. Can hardly defend himself as Latham beats him. Boy, Rick covered with blood as his face has been punched around by these Bombers. Referee trying to get them separated. He'll get one out of there, but there's three of them. And Rick Gibson doesn't have a chance against these guys. The referee over now, while Latham drops down and nails Rick. They're hollering for some help. Davis, thrilled. Look at Robert swinging the cuffs up and down the ropes. Davis kicks him from behind, and Robert cannot get loose. Trying to get out there to help his brother. Rick firing. Davis comes back at him, and Rick puts him down. But look at Gibson. Boy, he's in trouble. Rick Gibson going after the Bombers. Behind a concession stand at the Tupelo Sports Arena, Larry Latham, Wayne Ferris, Danny Davis pounding on Rick Gibson. Robert still handcuffed to the ring rope, and Gibson being slammed around. Referee Paul Morton trying to break it up, but the Bombers see a chance to 3-on-1 Rick Gibson. Latham breaks the broom over the back of Gibson. While Ferris holds him, Latham again with that broom. He whacks it. And Rick Gibson taking a tremendous amount of punishment from the Blonde Bombers. Yeah, can't they get somebody out here? Yeah, Herman, see if... busted Rick open in the ring. Danny Davis, the Bomber's just pounding on it. And did somebody get him loose? Yeah, here comes Robert. He still has, they broke off one of the handcuffs, but Davis, here comes Rick Morton. And Davis slams him in the face and cracks his head down on the counter. Robert once again battling back over the counter. And Danny trying to keep everybody away while the Bombers, here comes Eddie Marlin, Ken Lucas. Handsome Jimmy coming out and over the counter. And it's turned into a brawl as the Bombers are now outnumbered. They start to take off, but they're firing things, nailing away. Davis, Latham, and Ferris going, and Robert Gibson's going after him. And Rick Gibson left bleeding and prostrate on the floor. Here comes Robert back to help his brother. Everybody around to try to help Rick Gibson. Okay, officially, and I guess that really doesn't make a whole lot of difference. Officially, the 14:33 is the time on it. By disqualification, the Gibsons will win. But that's of little consequence with a dastardly thing that they did it. All right, let's take time out now, and we're going to be back. Well, as we said, I guess it was a brawl, totally unnecessary. The Bombers taking advantage of a situation which they created. Robert, good to have you here today, man. I know it's a difficult situation and time for you. I saw Rick last night after the bout, and it was bad. I want to know how is he today? How's his face, and how's Rick doing?
Well, Lance, right now it's really hard for me to talk. I'm upset. I'm nervous, and really upset.
Take it easy, partner. And how's Rick getting along today?
Well, Lance, I left him this morning at the motel, and I looked over at him. He don't look no better than he did last night. One eye is almost closed, and over here it's sliced open. It really looks bad, Lance.
Yeah. I saw they busted that side of the eye right over there, and your wrist where the handcuffs were on you, tore your wrist up real bad, and I hope that is going to be a situation that will correct. I know you've got a match coming up, and I just wonder, is Rick going to be in any kind of a condition to wrestle?
Yeah, Lance, he is. He's definitely going to be ready to wrestle. We always go out there and we try to win our matches. We try to go out there and not try to hurt anybody, just try to win our matches, but it's gone past that, and we're definitely, Ferris Latham, we're definitely going to try to cripple him.
Well, I can understand your feeling about that, Robert. It was one of those things that was totally unnecessary, and we have admired the combination. All right, come on now, don't come in here. Just get out of here. You guys are coming up on.
You
get out of here, Wayne.
You got something to say to me, you say it to my face. You ain't got the guts to say it. You don't talk through that idiot box. You don't tell me stuff through that. You tell me something to my face, boy. If you're so big and bad, you're going to do something. You do it right now. Come on, do it, boy.
Get it, Wayne.
Don't do nothing. Don't tell me nothing. You show me, son. Show me.
Yeah, you're bad when you got 3 against 1. Yeah, you're really bad out here, man.
Yeah, I'm bad, but you ain't nothing, son. You're a gutless, spineless wonder's what you are. You're just like that brother. You're nothing, son. And you're not going to do anything to me because you ain't got the guts. You know that. You're a coward, Gibson. A coward.
Hey. Now, don't wait. Get somebody in here. Let's get these guys. Come on, Danny. Get somebody in here, please. Dundee and Norton, Regal. Okay. Let's just take a break, and we'll be back to championship wrestling in just a moment. We mentioned a little bit earlier a situation that resulted in the Southern Tag Team belts being vacated, and we'll have more about that tournament later on. It'll be throughout the southern states that are involved. There was a stunning situation that developed in southern heavyweight land in the Jackson Coliseum in Jackson, Tennessee. This man right here, Paul Ellering, won the Southern Heavyweight title. The new AWA Southern Heavyweight champion is Paul Ellering. Well, you know, I mean...
There was a time. There was a time, Lance Russell, when you didn't have time for me.